ours is not the only world. This solid waking world of rock and tree can easily give way to another world. A world as strange and fluid as the ocean.
I'm flying! Whoa, I'm flying!
This is the world of dreams. A powerful place where the imagined can become real. Well, sometimes at least.
Wedy, I've been calling you. There's work to be done. What are you doing? I don't know. Well? I was seeing things, Mom. I was just seeing things in my head. What things? Well, I was seeing a canoe that flies above water with wings.
A canoe with wings? That's kind of a weird thing to think about.
No, it isn't. If you had wings on a canoe, it would. Well, it would fly above water, no more paddling. It would be as fast as a bird, like me.
But Widi, only the birds have wings. Everybody knows that.
I'm afraid Gway is right. You'll never get a canoe to grow wings.
But I saw it, Dad. It was as real as this beach. I could feel the wind in my hair and everything.
Just a daydream, I'm afraid. You'd better be off working like the rest of us.
Or playing, at least. A canoe with wings? Huh.
You just wait. You'll see. I'll make a canoe with wings and it'll fly. All right, enough. You can come and help me with the fish if you aren't going to do anything useful. But...
You heard your mother.
Fine then.
Don't worry, Gway. He'll grow out of the daydreaming. We all do.
Wedy, what is it? Oh, hey, Mom. Just thinking, I guess. Thinking? About what? Nothing important. If it isn't important, why don't you play with the other children? I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Well, I brought you dinner. You need to eat, okay? Sure, Mom. Thanks. Hi, Raven.
Oh, yes, all those ripe, wonderful fish are still in there.
Good thing you checked, though, just in case.
Yes, indeed. Good thing I checked. Hey, why so glum, Gwayum?
I'm worried about Wedy, Raven. I think he might be addled.
Addled?
He keeps daydreaming all the time, instead of playing, or working, or even eating. He never pays any attention to what he's doing. He used to be so... different. Just look at him now.
Oh, yeah. I'd say he's definitely dreaming.
And he's been doing it for days.
Has he now?
Maybe you can help us, Raven. Tell us what Gway and I should do about it.
Do about it?
To stop him from dreaming.
Stop him from dreaming? Well, there is only one way to do it, and it isn't easy.
Easy or not, it has to be done.
Of course, of course. But first, let me tell you a little story.
A story? I thought Frog kept all the stories.
Shh. Not all of them. There are a few very, very special, well, secret stories that only I know. Stories of transformation. And do you know the first step in any transformation?
No?
Well, a dream, of course. Before anything else, there is always a dream.
I guess, but...
In fact, this is the story of the very first dream of all, the dream of the Great Spirit. Now listen. In the first moments of everything, the Great Spirit looked about and saw nothing. Time was silent in the darkness. There was no sound. Nothing could be seen or felt. This was a lonely place. The Great Spirit did not like this at all, so he decided to fill this space with movement and light, with time and shadow. To do this, he made himself first into a tiny speck. Into everything. And so the ocean was created. For a time he floated there, happy with what he had done. But he was not satisfied. So from the waters, he brought the land. He looked upon the land and saw that it needed, well, character.
He seems so happy.
Yes, he was very happy to see things shaped as he saw them in his mind. And when he was finished with the land, he stood. And he said, "Everything is ready now. I will fill this place with all of the makings of life." But this wasn't so easy. He couldn't think of how things in the world should look or act. What would they do? What would their purpose be? And if he couldn't think of them, he certainly couldn't create them. So he began to think harder and harder. He thought so hard that he became very tired. Finally, he fell asleep. Now, this was the first time the Great Spirit had ever slept. And as he slept, strange visions filled his mind. He saw strange things yet to be, things never dreamed of before or since. The first thing he dreamed was a white bird, a tricky, handsome, silly, and strange, verbose bird.
That looks like you, Raven.
Of course it does. It is me, the very first me. Then he dreamt another bird, stern and commanding.
Eagle. Huh.
Exactly. And then he dreamed a sneaky green animal filled with stories.
Frog too?
Of course. He went on to dream animals crawling on 4 legs, some on 2. Some creatures had wings, some fins. And then in his dream, the Great Spirit heard them, all of the animals at once.
Sounds terrible.
I suppose it was certainly loud. Actually, everything seemed so loud and disorganized, the Great Spirit thought he was having a nightmare. The Great Spirit thought nothing could be this imperfect. He forced himself then to awake. And when the Great Spirit did awake, he saw a raven and an eagle and a frog, and they were at play in this first world. The Great Spirit spoke to the frog, and he asked her where they had come from. And she told him, from his dreams. Great Spirit, from your dreams. All of us are from your dreams. Then she pointed, and the Great Spirit could see that the land had changed again, and it contained all those things he had dreamed. And the Great Spirit despaired, because in his dream he saw so much that was not perfect, so much that was unfinished. Then Frog, still so young, hopped up to him, and she touched his hand, and she said, "Do not worry, Great Spirit. There is a reason in everything. A reason you created us first. You created us to help you make your world perfect. And that is what we will do." And he realized in that instant that what he dreamed became his creation. And he knew that everything he dreamed would eventually come true. And more, that everything would have its place and its purpose in time to come. And that is my story.
That's it? But you still haven't told me how to stop Wedy from dreaming.
Oh, but I have, Gwayum. The only way to stop somebody from dreaming something is to help them make their dream real. We must always be careful to come to understand our dreamers. Be patient with them, and most importantly, listen to them. After all, they are the creators.
Help him?
Exactly.
A flying canoe, huh? Yep.
Morning. Did you sleep out here all night with him?
He needed someone to stay with him, to help him.
So what did you dream about?
A leaf. Just a leaf.
Just a leaf. Whew! Well, that seems a normal enough dream. No more flying canoes, huh?
But that's just it, Dad. I dreamed him a leaf. And now I know exactly how to make a canoe fly.
That's enough, son. You've got to give that up. It's crazy.
No, it isn't. Not at all. I can't explain it, but if you'd help me, I can show you how. Well, I for one am going to help him, and that means you are too.
Of course, dear.
Okay, Wedy. What do we need first? Reeds! We need reeds!
Well, is that it? I mean, it isn't really flying.
Ta-da! Ta-da?
I knew it. Nothing.
Sorry, Wedy.
Well, Wedy, we tried. We did everything we could. We can at least say that we tried. But I dreamed it, Mom. I dreamed if a canoe had wings, it would fly as fast as a bird, as fast as...
The wind?
That's it!
That's what, Wedy?
The wind! It's the wind that blows leaves, the wind that keeps birds in the air. That's how wing works. It needs wind.
Hey! Hey guys! Up here!
Ours is not the only world. This solid waking world of rock and tree can easily give way to another world. A world as strange and fluid as the ocean. And some of us, a special few, live in both worlds. A special few we call dreamers.
Eagle. Huh.